Okay, council, I need a motion on the work session minutes from April the 16th.
Move to adopt.
Have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
4. I've got 4 that 1, 2, 5, and 9 need to abstain.
Okay. Need a motion on regular council meeting minutes for the 16th of April.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
4, I need 1, 2, 5, and 9 to abstain.
Okay, you got them.
Well, there'll be
Not
5
absenteeism
actions.
last week.
Some of y'all weren't here last council.
We noticed that. Thank you for the ones that were here. Yeah, that's an unusual day in the council.
It went very smoothly, I might add.
Don't press it.
Thank you very much for the soft heart feeling there. Good. Mr. Mayor, you're up.
Thank you so much. I guess I would just add the cry that Tracy Larkin did an admirable job in your absence, running
That's
a
wonderful.
nice meeting. We were pretty close to the record, but we didn't quite make that. Tonight, I apologize. There is a fairly lengthy mayor's message because we've had a lot of distinguished opportunities. We have the opportunity to welcome state champions, and Montgomery is doing a lot of that. So we have several teams here today. But before we get to that, we've got some other matters that we'd like to attend to. The first is our Community Hero Award, and if you'll allow me just a moment of personal privilege, you have seen this young lady before, and I am amazed with the advertiser and the selection group there. They come up with these individuals that I personally know about, but they are in fact the unsung heroes. And this particular young lady, Jessica Weiruder, is in that category, and she is so distinguished as what she's done almost single-handedly. So, Bro Criff, if you would come. Bro is the executive editor of the Advertiser, and he will talk a bit about this, and I will tell you in advance, he probably is going to become emotional because he's personally connected with this particular situation. Bro?
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Bro Crift. I'm the editor of the Montgomery Advertiser. Thank you, Mayor, for allowing us this opportunity with Community Heroes. Thank you to the City Council. Also like to thank Beasley Allen, who sponsors it for us. Lauren Miles is here with us. As he said, I do have a personal connection to Jessica, who is our April 2019 Community Hero. So first, I apologize if I do get emotional. It's going to be about my family and my son. And second, I am going to talk about Disney and Finding Nemo. If you've never seen the movie, well, first, let me talk a little bit about Jessica first. She runs Dream Court, started it 7 years ago. It's a program, a tennis program for special needs children who have physical and mental disorders. My son has a developmental disorder. He has autism. He is 6 years old, and he loves the movie Finding Nemo. And it breaks my heart at the beginning. There's a scene, if you remember, the barracuda comes up right on the coral, and they find the perfect house in the perfect place. It might as well be Montgomery, Alabama for my family. And they're really proud because of the schools and the neighborhoods they live in. And then the barracuda comes and disrupts everything. The mother dies. And the embryo, the son, is sitting there, the one left, the last egg. And he names it Nemo, and he says, I promise you, I will never let anything happen to you. I think most parents in this room can understand that feeling, that connection that you have to your children and the cocoon that you want to put them in and protect them from and put them in a position to be the most successful people that they can be. Well, my son, we learned when he was 2 years old that he has autism, and that path that you dream about, that Hollywood tells you about, that the people around you see of success and what success is defined by America and your neighbors and the neighborhoods and the people that you live with, changed instantly. I don't know what's going to happen for my son. I don't know if I can provide everything for him that he needs because it is beyond my capacity. It is beyond my wife's capacity, beyond my family's capacity. And it's a struggle for families like ours that live in a place like Montgomery trying to figure out how we get through life is something as simple as going to breakfast or going to Publix, and people looking and asking questions about how my son is acting or the behaviors that he has as he grows older. But there's special places in communities like this and where you can feel loved, you can feel wanted, and you can see your son grow. And for my family, that is the cocoon that Jessica provides us at Dream Court. My son, in the heat of the afternoon in the summer and in the spring, goes out to those courts and he struggles with being comfortable with the physical things that he's asked to do and resisting them. But there's this gentle woman that sits on those courts and she takes her time with him and she makes him feel loved. And the people, the volunteers that go there, they make us feel loved and comfortable. Even if it's just for 30 minutes a day, and I will promise you, for about 28 of them, my son is begging to go to the park. But we push through, and we're able to push through because people like Jessica are willing to sit there and hold the racket with him for minutes on end to show him that he can do this. And I think places like Montgomery need more people like Jessica who come here, she's from Argentina, and find a home themselves and provide that cocoon and that place where a family like mine can feel loved. And the other thing about Finding Nemo that you remember, it's a journey, finding Nemo, right? You're gonna find Nemo, but I think it's a reverse journey. I think it's also him finding his way and a family finding their way, and the father learning along the way that he can't do it himself. He needs people like Dory. He needs people like the turtles and the waves. And he learns that when you're surrounded by people who love you and care about your children, like my son Brody, that he can find a way and he will be successful and he will be loved and he will be happy. And for that, for what Jessica provides to hundreds of families in Montgomery, families like mine, that's why she's the community hero for April 2019. Thank you.
You'll remember Wiley Steen, he got to know Jessica and some of his gang got up some money to start this, and this Dream Court is right next to our other Dream Court out at Ray Thornton Road. So Jessica, it gives me great pleasure on behalf of the advertiser and Beasley Allen to present this, because I feel like that we've been part of this. We love what you do. We almost lost her, having to leave because of some issues with immigration, but she's on the right path now, and we're going to be able to do that. Can we get a picture?
Okay. I wasn't prepared to speak, but thank you very much for this award. I really appreciate it. I am privileged to be in the City of Dreams, and I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to provide this for the city. I have a passion for sports and for tennis in particular, and I think that everybody deserves a chance to play tennis. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And in full disclosure, Bro did not recommend her. She was recommended by our own Michael Burdell, and the evaluation committee selected them. In 2014, readers in the USA Today voted Montgomery as the country's best historic city. I know Tracy, in a recent speech, said that we were the most historic city. The way I've said it is, most means you're old. Best means that you are the best of the old cities. But we have a special proclamation acknowledging that May is indeed Historic Preservation Month, and I'd like to call on Dr. Richard Bailey, if he would come. He's president of the organization, and while I will not read this, I will tell you that it's pretty impressive and that we'll do a Now Therefore National Historic Preservation Month in Montgomery, Alabama, and call upon the people of Montgomery to join their fellow citizens across the United States in recognizing and participating in this special observance. Richard Bailey is quickly becoming one of those that when you say, well, how do you know? You say, because Dr. Richard Bailey said so. Dr. Bailey, would you like to comment?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, our own Mayor Todd Strange, and to the esteemed members of the City Council and our friends and visitors here this afternoon. It's indeed a pleasure to receive this award on behalf of the Montgomery Historic Preservation Commission. I'd like to invite each and every one of you to attend our meetings in City Hall Chamber the second Tuesday of each month at 5:30 p.m. And I'd like for you to help us to recognize historic sites in the city of Montgomery. Without you, we have no purpose, we have no reason for being. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry?
No picture with him?
Yes. He left. Dr. Bailey? Yes, sir. Could we have a picture with your group too? Thank you.
Find new partner, Dr. Bill. Find new partner.
Thank you. We have been privileged over the last couple of weeks to have a group of young political leaders representing the American Council of Young Political Leaders. They're all from outside of the United States. We've got one from the Philippines, we've got two from Myanmar, and we've got one from Brunei. They have been in Montgomery now. Some of them have been working in our city. You met some of them, Ray, at the council meeting. Others have been dispersed around the city working in mental health and prisons and some of those others. And I'd like to get them to come and introduce themselves to not only the city council but to our citizens and talk a bit about who they are, where they came from, and just a moment of what you're doing while you're here for this 6-week period of time. Ray, you want to go first?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening to the members of this August Chamber and to everyone present. I am Ray from the Philippines. I am a council member also in our city called Naga City, that's down south of the capital of the Philippines, Manila. We are part of the American Council of Young Political Leaders, Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative, sponsored by the U.S. State Department. We are here for 4 weeks in the city of Montgomery to learn your best practices when it comes to local governance, so that when we go back home to our respective localities and communities, we will be able to share them to our constituents also and to replicate whatever we learn from here. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, and everyone. Good evening. My name is Farah. I am from Brunei. I work for the Ministry of Home Affairs back home. Part of my portfolio looks at the district and municipal offices and also the prison department. So I've been given the opportunity to come out here and be able to observe and meet with people who are directly or indirectly involved with the prisons department, Department of Corrections, so that I'll be able to learn or get some points about reducing recidivism rates and also kind of to help with extinguishing the social stigma that is with ex-offenders. So thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, the City Council members, and everyone around here. My name is Sanmi, and I'm from Myanmar. Back home, I'm working with state-level legislator and the senator. Here, I'm working with the State House, and I'm learning and observing the legislative process here. Because back home, we are still in transition period, and it is just 6 years that we have like the House, the Senate. So most of the members, like the senator, they are still learning how to draft the bill and how to pass the law. So here I'm learning how do the legislator from different political party, they collaborate and make the policy. So whatever I learn from here, I will share to my members when I'm back home. Thank you very much for giving this great opportunity.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aung Tae Mien. I'm from Myanmar, a country between China and India. And I'm very happy here. We have nice weather. It's cooler than where I live. So it's nice. And back home, I work in a local NGO, and we engage the public with the legislatures at state level. We hold town hall meetings, and also we support the legislatures. It's very different from here. And here I'm at in a Senator Canwell office, and in Senate and in the House, and I'm observing a lot. I attend a lot of committee meetings. I'm here and I observe many things, and I see you recognize people who do something good for the city, and I'm very glad to be here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to observe all of things. Thank you very much.
In addition to working, they've seen the sights, they've eaten in restaurants, and they've spent some money in our stores. So let's show them great Southern hospitality. Take your seats. Thank you. You know, we have a long-standing tradition of honoring and recognizing those schools that earn that coveted title, the blue trophy that signifies the state championship. And this evening, we have a bevy of teams, and we're going to depart from the normal individual photos because I know that many of you would like to be home before 8 o'clock tonight. The first that we would like to call up are the Lady Eagles of Montgomery Academy. If we could get them all to come forward now, we'll, where are they? There they are. Come on. I think a lot of your Eagles are doing some other things. So, yeah, you would come on, and we'll give you some recognition, and we'll have a picture made. We get the picture. Let's get a picture. Some of the prowess is up on. The next group is the Montgomery Academy boys. We can get them. Good-looking guys, if they'll come up. For over the past 25 seasons, they've only had 1 year in which they were not champs or first runner-up.
What they do, Mayor? They track the field? Tennis, okay.
Okay.
Want to take a picture?
Oh, yeah. You got a name that's pretty familiar to the city of Montgomery. You got a guy named Jeff Waring, who happens to be one of our tennis professionals, but he also works for the Lady Trojans at St. James. So would you bring the Lady Trojans of St. James up so we can recognize them?
Squeeze tight, squeeze tight. Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
All right, the last thing that I want to talk about, if you remember a number of years ago, our fire department did a great certification and was one of the first, if not the first big city in the state to do a ISO #1. I think that might have challenged our police organization because there are some things in law enforcement that do a situation similar to that. It's CALEA certification. Jay King, where's Jay? I'm looking for Jay. Jay King, Major King, kind of put it all together and put this forth, and this is a big deal in law enforcement because there are only a dozen in the state of Alabama and a small percentage in the entire United States. So if you would talk a bit about quickly what it is and how we want it.
Okay. CALEA is the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. It's an organization that was created in 1979 from several law enforcement executive professions throughout the United States. In August of 2015, the Montgomery Police Department committed itself to obtain that accreditation through CALEA. Chief Finley appointed me as the commander over the Office of Professional Standards in January of 2016, working with city county personnel, city legal, and city investigations, along with the staff of the Montgomery Police Department. We were able to revamp our entire rules and regulations to meet the 484 standards developed by CALEA. In July and August of 2018, the commission not only did an online assessment of our protocols, but also sent commissioners to Montgomery to actually witness firsthand how the Montgomery Police Department operates. I'm very proud to announce that on May 4th at the 2019 conference held in Huntsville, Alabama, the Montgomery Police Department was awarded accreditation through CALEA. We are one of, like the mayor said, 11 law enforcement agencies in the state of Alabama that are accredited, and we are one of less than 1,800 nationwide that hold that certification.
Chief, congratulations. Thanks for your leadership. I know it wasn't easy to accomplish that. This is just but an example of the good work that public safety does in our community. I apologize for the length, but we had some fun things to do tonight. So thank you.
A lot of positives there, Mayor.
Well, let me ask one question.
Yes, Mr. Bell.
Mayor, I want to ask a question, and the reason I want to ask this because I got a phone call, and I think this is the time to address it. I wish I had addressed it back there, but has the city of Montgomery, let me address this to the president, the council, and to the mayor. Has the city of Montgomery made a commitment on behalf of the council to give to the Montgomery school system $25 million?
If that's the case, that's news to me.
Okay. I just wanted to dispel that rumor because that was told to me, and I know that I'm leaving, and I know that a lot of people probably going to be happy to see me leave, but while I'm on this council, if there's some commitment on behalf of the council, I certainly would want to be informed, and I take y'all word for that, and thank you. That's all I want to know.
Well, let me just say this. We have historically worked with the Board of Education along with the county and the city to fund certain projects. On any 1 year, we're going to spend $8 to $10 million for debt service on projects that we've done over the years. They have come to us and asked us for support for maintenance issues, for roofs, things like that. They're also in conversation right now about a BTW replacement, but there's been no commitment. There's been no even detail as to what it would take to do that. The only commitment that we've made is to improve our school system, and in so doing, hopefully in the next 12 months, begin a process that we would jointly with all of the city, the county, and the Board of Education and our legislature try to come up with a game plan that would go to the people and that there would be a vote relative to that. But we've made no commitment. The $25 million is not even a number that's been suggested to.
Well, if I may, and that's no disrespect to the school board member, I would think that if the school board member were to come and want a commitment from the city, that they would come before this council and seek the approval of this council, because we're one half of the city, and I think that I think that we as elected officials need to understand that neither Fred Bell nor the mayor nor anybody else, one person, makes a decision. And the proper way to do it, I would think, is to come before this council and let all us have some input. Now, I understand that we are not full-time and that the mayor is here for all the time, but I just don't want two council members, two board education members, regardless of whom they may be, that just to take it upon themselves to come and talk to one person and does not give this council the respect that this council has, because one of the things that we are required to do is to inquire into the affairs. And I'm not suggesting you did that, Mayor, but it seems constantly that we are not apprised of situations, and I appreciate what you're saying. Thank you for allowing me this time.
Let me just make it abundantly clear. There would be no funds expended from the city of Montgomery without approval of the city council.
Yes, I understand that, but what I'm saying, no, there's nothing against you. I'm just wondering why, if I were to go before the county commission, which is a duly elected body, I wouldn't go to the county commission and talk to Mr. Sinke about funding. I would come before the whole county commission, and I couldn't go there just Fred Bell representing the city council. I think that ought to be a resolution, though, so that when they come, they speak on behalf of the school board. They don't speak individually. And there's nothing to do with you, Mayor. I'm just saying that I'm a little concerned that the school board would make decisions to do something without coming before this council, asking this council. I mean, why would they ask you? Because if the money is going to be appropriated, it has to come from the council. And there's nothing against you. I'm not saying anything against you, Mayor. I'm just thinking about the procedure that one body comes before another body should give that body the respect. Because I certainly wouldn't go before the county commissioner or the school board on behalf of the city council without the approval of this council. And certainly I wouldn't pick out one person, because what I would say I wanted to be 2 times, I'd be able to say it again. Thank you. It was nothing against you.
Thank you. You rest assured that any major request will come to the city council.
Okay, Mayor. Madam Clerk, first item, I think that's been withdrawn, item number 2.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, item 2, application for a lounge retail liquor class 2 package license doing business as Jack's Liquor and Tobacco Outlet at 4614A Virginia Loop Road.
Representative Jack's Liquor here, please. Your name for the record, sir?
Jack Patel.
Put the microphone up where we can hear you. Uh-oh, it's all going.
Jack Patel, sir.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward.
No, sir, we've already had the public hearing.
We have, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, this is our
Hey,
business.
Mr. Bell?
Yes, I would like to, I would carry forward. I talked with him, and I would like for the city council to know, and correct me if I'm wrong, that at this point right now, you have not built the building for the proposed place where you're going to have the package store. Am I correct?
Right.
So somebody help me. I mean, how can we approve it if they?
You approved the location. You know,
Now the location is not where they don't have the location. I mean, they don't have an address. Do you have an address?
Sir, you know, like, there is no problem to construction right now over there, but it costs like almost the $200,000 to $250,000 just cost to construction, you know, for the building. And after that, if we come to the city and city some reason denied to me, I lost my $250,000 easy right there, you know. So I have to make sure before I spend any dollars over there from the city, it's gonna be approved or not, you know.
Let me ask you a
I'll
question.
agree with him 100%.
Yeah, he's right. The reality of it, you're expected to build this at 4614 Virginia Loop Road. Is that the correct address of the business?
Yes.
Okay.
That's smart.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Madam Clerk, is there a technical issue that we're dealing with here? With a licensing procedure, isn't it required that a posting be done at a location?
Yes, sir. Just so long as it is on a post on the property. If there's not a building there, this has happened before. If there's not a building there, you just put it on it's supposed to be on a post on the property.
Yeah, but he has one property there.
And my plan is almost ready, you know, from the architect. So all I need to just, when the city approve me, all I need to just submit to the city. That's all, you know.
And based off our last discussion that we had in the session earlier, it was noted that note is highlighted on the application that before he expends any funds, that he should go and make sure everything's okay. So I think I'll agree with this approach. And wish more people would do it this way, as opposed to building the building, spending all the money, and then coming to us, and then we turn them down. Yeah. So.
Well, you know, it is in District 6, and I know we've been here a long time, but I mean, I really am torn. You got a legitimate business, and yet I think it's incumbent upon us to be as consistent. I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to be inconsistent. Not too long ago, we just stopped a license from coming in. Is there any way that we can do it for what is for 1 year? Is it for 1 year? How long would the license?
Is it the same location?
Yeah.
Why would you do it for 1 year? Yeah.
Because I got real problem with you saying you're gonna move it to a location that you're not in now.
He's applying to the location, Mr. Bell.
Yeah, he's applying for location.
He's applying for a particular location. He's not applying for a general, he has a location. He's
No.
Exactly.
Okay. In other words, aren't you gonna build another building?
It's very next to the building, but it's like together, but it's costing almost $250, you know. But not in the same building. We got be very next door, almost the 1,500 square feet.
Is it gonna be another address? Is it gonna be a different address?
Yeah. I mean the same parking, same area, but just on the side one, you know.
Same lot.
Same lot, exactly.
Is it the same address?
It's a different address come up.
A different address?
Yeah, I have to be, you know, under the law, because it's a ABC requirement, or I don't know, the city requirement. I got to be separate door for the liquor.
So you need to be applying for the address at which you want to put this property.
Yeah, I already mentioned on my application, like 46A Virginia Loop.
So it's gonna be right there where the road runner is.
What's that, ma'am?
Right where the road runner is.
Yeah.
Next to it.
Yeah, to be built against it.
You just have to have a separate wall.
Yeah.
More of the expansion of the same building. It's not it's going to be connected, are they?
Yeah, it's gonna be connected. You know, I mean, when the new building comes up, it's gonna be connected.
And it's a package store.
It's only package store.
Okay.
What the constituent said, Mr. Bell.
Okay.
The constituents are against it. I'm okay with it. But I'm not going to make a motion. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't, you know,
I need a motion to,
Move to adopt.
have a motion to adopt. Okay. All in favor, raise your hand.
Keep them up just a minute. 7,
All opposed, same sign.
1 no. I'm missing one person.
Missing one. Anybody? Anybody before you vote? You didn't vote?
no, you can vote.
Huh?
That's okay.
Anybody voted? Who you got didn't vote? That's a no.
So no, so that's going to change the vote to 8-1 with 1 no.
Okay.
If no one else was
All right.
not voting.
Motion passes. Good luck with your business.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Mike, we have this mic. Mike, can you check our mic on it?
Just put the cover back on it. That's what it needs.
Item 3, hearing on proposed ordinance rezoning one parcel of land located at the northwest corner of Madison Avenue and Verona Avenue, 1353 Madison Avenue, from an institutional district to an office district.
Tommy?
Mr. President, the Planning Commission recommended the rezoning to this to O1.
This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. It's brought before the council. Mr. Larkin?
Move to adopt.
Have a motion to adopt. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, ordinance is adopted. Item 4, ordinance authorizing purchase sale agreement and sale of real estate at Walker Street to Wiregrass Construction Company.
This piece of property on Walker Street that we had recommended we sell the northern portion of the parcel to Wiregrass Construction. They'll eventually build a parking lot and expand their building and their presence there.
Yes. Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
I'd also like to say, Mr. President, before we actually take the vote, that Wiregrass Construction Company is one of our best neighbors in the city of Montgomery. They have given very graciously to back-to-school programs, uniforms, book bags, and those kinds of things every year in the North Montgomery area. We do appreciate them. Mr. President, I move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, ordinance is adopted. Item 5, ordinance authorizing purchase sale agreement and sale of real estate at Walker Street to Elsa J. North Inlet.
This is the southern portion of that parcel that we had talked about some time back. Elsa J owns the property on the river that's it's right there next to the fertilizer plant, and this is the property that's across the road from them. And we recommend that we sell that piece of property to them.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, ordinance is adopted. Item 6, ordinance authorizing purchase sale agreement and sale of real estate located along portions of the northern and eastern edges of One Court Square to Elsa J. Court Square LLC.
When the city sold One Court Square several years ago, this is the property that's directly under the overhang. And they had a franchise agreement when it was a Pizitz department store that expired years ago, and this just enables them to take over the maintenance of it, and if they want to extend the building out some, they can. It still leaves us with plenty of room for right-of-way and for a sidewalk around the space. It just turns that portion that's directly under the overhang to Elsa J, and it connects it with that property.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move for adoption.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous, ordinance is adopted.
Thank you.
Item 7, ordinance adopting regulations regarding the registration and maintenance of vacant buildings and enforcement procedures and penalties.
Mr. Larkin.
Mr. President, this is a recurrent issue. We have introduced this measure before. We were not successful in the initial vote in an effort to have this affirmed. This is something that we really need in the city of Montgomery. We are experiencing a vacant building crisis in the city of Montgomery, and we should acknowledge that. And I have asked the council to look at this ordinance again, as I believe it is a common sense piece of legislation whose time has come. And we need to do this as well as a number of other things to look at the blight situation that is consuming our city. I would ask the council to hold this item in abeyance, and in the interim, in the next 2 weeks, to take the opportunity to look at the issues that they are concerned about with it, and if they have recommendations for amendments to bring this to our next meeting, let's talk about it and let's vote on the issue and let's pass this for the city of Montgomery.
Okay, we'll carry this over to the next meeting. Item number 8.
8, resolution designating voting places and hours for the 2019 municipal elections.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 9, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Quick Serve at 4200 Carmichael Road.
Representative Quick Serve here, please. Your name for the record, sir.
Muhammad Khan, sir.
This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to come speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, the public hearing's been held. It's proper for the council. Need a motion? Mr. Green?
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Item 10, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as Abner's Grocery Store, 843 South Decatur Street.
Representative Abner's Grocery Store here, please. Your name for the record, please.
Willie Abner.
Kawana Abner.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. It's proper for the council. Mr. Larkin?
Mr. President, I'm going to ask that we carry this item over for our next meeting. There have been some concerns raised by the police department as to the granting of this license, and I would like to have an opportunity to speak more with the police department and with the entrepreneurs about this issue between now and the next meeting, and to see if we can come to some resolution.
We'll be back on the agenda on the 21st. Okay?
Okay.
Item 11, application for retail beer and retail table wine on or off premises, doing business as New Ocean Buffet at 5831 Atlanta Highway.
Representative New Ocean Buffet, please come forward. New Ocean Buffet. Okay, there you are. I was stumbling with my words. Hello. Your name for the record, please.
Jane Chen.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. I can't hear you.
Speak to the mic.
Yes,
She's good. Okay. Seeing none, declare the public hearing's been held. It's proper for the council.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Motion to
Unanimous.
adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
8, I have 1 abstention. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, very good. Good luck with your business, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Item 12, resolution appointing Ronnie Holliday to the Medical Clinic Board, Montco Center.
Need a motion to suspend the rule on the rest of the agenda.
Motion to suspend the rules on the rest of the agenda.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Yeah, need a motion on item 12.
Motion to suspend the, motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 13, resolution appointing Thomas Bartels to the Medical Clinic Board, Montco Center.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 14, pursuant to Section 1153B1 Code of Alabama, authorization of demolition of unsafe structures at
Need a motion to
listed
uphold.
locations.
Motion to uphold.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Item 18, resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures at various locations.
Need a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 16, resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing abatement and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
What you got, Brandon?
Fiscal year to date, we responded to 7,838 nuisance complaints and found approximately 83% or 6,500 in violation. This evening, we're asking for approval to abate 458 properties.
458. Got them on board, have you?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, how many abatement agents do we have? Just curious, just ballpark.
12 as of right now.
12 for 450 properties.
Yes, sir.
How many of these will be done by abatement agents?
Well, what we'll begin, the way we'll begin our process is bidding them all out this evening after approval. By Friday, we'll have bids on all properties. If any have been abated since our reinspection, but prior to the contractor showing up, then they'll deem them owner abated, which usually at this point, you're looking at a small percentage of those that would actually be coming to compliance by Friday. So the majority of those will be bid out.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Need a motion to uphold?
Motion to uphold.
Motion approved. All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay, Madam Clerk, what you got?
Yes, sir. I have put before you one item for contingency funds for your approval. District 1, $250 to Youth in Action.
Okay. Anybody got anything else?
I'd like to
Mr.
give
Lee?
just 7,500 to Youth in Action, please.
7,500.
500.
500.
Let's not get carried away.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mr.
Mr.
President,
Pruitt.
I'd like to do $1,000 to the Carriage Hills Neighborhood Association.
Okay. Good to see you smiling, Mr. Pruitt.
Yes, sir.
No, it's hard. Okay, anybody else? Need a motion to stop this?
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Okay. All righty, on the public communication of non-agenda items, we have